This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so in part of CSS, there are multiple ways. The one is the inline CSS, one is the internal CSS, one is the external CSS. So first of all, when we go with the inline CSS is going to be element specific CSS. We already know that. Element specific CSS. And internal CSS is going to be page specific CSS. We know this. And finally, external CSS will be application specific CSS. So we know all these things. But inline CSS, how to write inline CSS? Inline CSS is going to be writing with a tag attribute called style. There is attribute called style. Style attribute we have to specify. And whenever we want to write the internal CSS will be with the style tag open, style tag close. External CSS will be with a, we need to create a separate file.css, and that file need to be linked into the file.html using with the link tag. Link relevant is equal to style sheet, and href is equal to file.css. So these are the multiple things we are going to be having. Okay, so now today our question is going to be, if I am going to be writing inline and internal, what is going to be happen? Or if I am going to be writing inline and if I am going to be writing internal and external, what is going to be happen? So all these things we will see today. So the date is 7 by 1. This will be notes. Okay, so let me write one program. Let me write one program. This is going to be inline internal .html. Inline internal.html. So in this particular program, I will be having some element, and for this element I want to write inline style first. Inline style color red. Next, at the same time, I'm going to be writing the internal style. Internal style is going to be like this: style tag open, style tag close. Internal style is going to be style tag open, style tag close. Okay, so here what I want to do is h1 and going to be having color green. So for h1, here we are giving color red. The same h1 we are going to be giving the color green in the part of internal. This is inline, this is internal. This is the inline CSS. This is the inline CSS. Inline CSS we are already writing, and internal CSS also we are already writing. But which is going to be executing first? What is the output of the browser? We need to try to understand. So open in the default browser. So I don't have any content inside the h1. So Fullstack web development. Okay, finally output of this Fullstack web development in the some specific color. What is the color now? This is the red color. So why red color came? That is the very important point. So style preferences. I'm going to be writing number of examples now. Style preferences. Style preferences. If I am writing, inline and internal style, inline is first preference to the browser. First preference to the browser. Inline is the first preference to the browser. This is the first point. Second point, let me go with the second point. If I am writing inline and external style, inline is the first preference to the browser. Third point, if I am writing inline and internal, inline, internal and external, inline, internal and external styles, inline is the first preference to the browser. It means if inline is there, it means node point. It means node point. If inline is there, inline style is there, definitely it will render browser. If inline is not there, internal or external works like line by line execution. Line by line execution. So you have to understand the point. So if we are going to be writing the inline style and internal style, inline will go first. If I am writing inline and external, inline will go first. If I am writing inline, internal and external, then inline is the first preference to the browser. Every time inline is going to be first preference to the browser. If inline is not there, the question is, if inline is not there, then it will check for the line by line execution of internal and external. So let me write one simple program, then you can understand all these things. So here in this program, I am going to be writing inline and internal. Inline, internal, inline will come. One more program I will write, inline external. One more program I will write, inline external. Inline external dot html. Same h1. So copy this, put here, and this is inline css, and now I will write external css. So how to write external css? External css need to have a new file that is going to be saving as file.css, and there in the file.css I want to write the style sheet. I want to write this one, h1, and that is going to be accessing by the link tag, link relevant style sheet href file.css. Okay, fine. So now just try to execute. Inline is going to be first preference. Red is only come. Red is only come. If I am having inline and external, inline will come. If I am having inline internal, inline only come. Why? Because of if any case inline is there in your particular web page, definitely inline is going to be taking the first preference. There is no checking for the internal, there is no checking for the external. No need internal, there no need external. Inline is first preference. Browse element specific is the first preference to the browser. Element specific CSS is the first preference to the browser. That we need to remember here. And let's try to give all this. Let's try to give inline, internal, external, everything into the one program. I will take one program. This program will be inline, internal, internal, and external .html. I'm trying to giving all the CSS into the one program. So inline is there, internal is there, external is there. This is the internal. This is the external. So we are having all the things. And here it is going to be green. Here it is going to be blue. So from external blue color is coming. From external blue color is coming. From internal green color is coming. From inline red color is coming. Red, green, blue. We have three colors. Red, green, blue. We have three colors. And finally output is inline only. If inline is there, inline will go to the first preference to the browser. Okay, so for example, I told you one point. I told you one point. That point is very simple point. If inline is not there, if inline style is there, definitely it will render browser. It will it will render in the browser. If inline is not there, internal or external works like line by line execution. Works like if inline is not there, internal or external works like line by line execution. Yes. Let me check. So come to this. For some time, I'm not going to be writing the inline style. I don't want to take the inline style over there. Just I'm deleting the inline style. If I'm deleting the inline style, what is going to be happen? If I'm deleting the inline style, what is going to be happen? Open default browser. Can you see this? Now blue color is going to be rendering into the browser. Blue color is available in the part of external CSS. Blue color is going to be in the part of external CSS. This is going to be rendering in the browser. This is not rendering. So this is already rendering basically. The point is very important. We need to remember. The point is very important. We need to remember. So first line is executing first. Immediately second line is executing. So line by line execution. Line by line execution. Nothing but last line is first execution. External CSS is going to be executing in the browser. Blue color is executing. Green is not coming. Blue color is actually available in the part of external CSS. Filer CSS. This one having blue color. This one having blue color. And this is the green is available in the internal, blue is available in the external. So finally blue is coming in the output. So the point is internal external working like line by line execution. So let me take this one on top. Now line by line execution changed. First one is external, second one is internal. First one is external, second one is internal. Obviously output will be green color. External style overridden by the internal style. External style overridden by the internal style. That is the point actually we have to remember.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so let me write a thing. So if I'm going to be having inline, internal, and external, and finally output will be inline. If I'm going to be having inline, external, internal, finally output will be inline only. If I'm going to be having inline, sorry, if I'm going to be having internal, external, output will be external style. If I'm going to be having external, internal, output will be internal. Okay, try to understand all these things. Next, we are going to be working on selectors. See, what about selector? Selector is nothing but selecting HTML content into CSS. Selectors are going to be selecting HTML content into CSS. Very simple, straightforward. So how to write selector? Selector syntax is very simple. Selector, open curly braces and closing curly braces. Selector, open curly braces and closing curly braces. For example, this is a syntax and example we will write now. So h1 is going to be having curly braces open, curly braces close. Inside h1, can I write a properties? Yes, properties we can write a property colon value. And number of properties, number of values we can specify. Number of properties, number of values we can specify. Okay, let me took this one into the syntax. Let me took this one. So in the part of example, let me give the color red, text line center, something like a font style italic. Okay, multiple things I can write. So this is the way of writing selectors. But in the part of internal external styles, we are using selectors. Note point. In internal CSS and external CSS, we mostly using selectors, or we are using selectors. One more note point. Selectors are not available. Selectors are not available in inline CSS. Selectors are not available in inline CSS. So one point we have to remember. So let me write a different kind of properties in CSS. CSS properties. What are the different kind of properties which are going to be available for CSS? So let's write a different kind of properties in part of CSS. Then we will go with the programs, all these things. So first one, color. Second one, background color. Next, font properties. There are multiple kind of font properties. One is a font face, a font family, font style, font size. There are multiple kind of text properties. There are multiple kind of text properties, text related properties. Text align, text transform, text decoration, text indent, uh, line height, word spacing. These are the multiple kind of properties which are going to be related to the text. So we will see all these properties. First one, color and background color we will see. And second, we will go with the font properties. Then we will go with the text properties. All this. So let me go with the color and background color. First of all, color and background color both are working with color and background color. Color and background color working with three kind of ways or three kind of values. One is color with name. One is color with RGB function. One is color with X value. So what is this RGB function? Is going to be RGB red, comma green, comma blue. So these red, green, blue values are going to be having preferences 0 to 255 range. X value is the hash value. Hash something like triple F 000, and this is going to be hash 6 digits, and 6 digits will be hash characters and numbers. Characters are number digits. Okay, so let's take one simple program, then you can understand how this color and background color could be work. New program. I'm taking new program. This will be something like a color and bg color. Color bg color.html. Let me take h1 web development. Okay, so for this h1 I want to take the color and background color. Let me write a style sheet. H1, which is going to be having color red. So this is color with name. This is color with name. So red color will come. Red color will come. Color with name, red color will come. At the same time, color with hex value, hex triple F or double F, sorry, 00, double F, double F. This will be something like a different color. Double F, 00, double F. And the color will be RGB. RGB is a function, red, green, blue values. Now I'll took a green. When I want to took a green, 0 to 55, 0 to 55 and 0. Okay, so color with color name, color with hash value, color with RGB, red, green, blue combination. This is one point. And when I want to apply the background color, the same background color I can do. Background color I can go for different kind of things. For now I am taking the background color biscuit color, or I will take a background color something like I'll take a background color something like a dark color. Let me go with this or this. And finally the output will be what? Right click on this, open default browser. So this is the color of the text, this is the color of the background color. Okay, so I hope you understand how the things are going to be happening with the colors and background colors.
This conference will now be recorded.
So now I just want to have a background color. How background color will be, let's see. So this is the color, and if you want to check with the colors, you can go with the color picker. Check with multiple colors. Check with multiple colors in color picker. Okay, now we will go with the background color. So background color already there. So background color is something like this. Background hyphen color. Background color also we can able to apply the same process. So I can able to give the background color with the color with the name, something like a violet I can give, and the background color you can give the RGB, red, green, blue combination, whatever it may be, you can just apply. You can give the color, you can give the color name, so hash 0000. So like this, colors and background colors are going to be applying for elements. The next concepts are going to be font properties. What are the different kind of font properties which are available? Let's see one program which is going to be having multiple kind of font properties. Save with this font properties. .html. Okay, so let me go with the h1, and this will be something like full stack, and I'm going to be having multiple h1s over there, and give the style over there. H1 font family, any family, font family we can give. Then font style italic, font size, I can able to mention the font size, large size. Okay, so open in default browser. So I got my font, different font. I got my different font. The font style changed, font size changed, font family changed. So whatever the font you want, you can just give this. And this will be the H2. For H2, I will go with a different one. For H2, I will go with a different one. H2 font family, something like a different font. Let me go with the Segyo. And font size, something like 40 pixel. Font weight, something like a bold. Okay, let me go with this. Font weight also there. Font weight we missed. Font weight. So based on the property, check out with the values. I will be having the first one is H1, second one is H2. But H2 having a lot of properties got applied. Font size very big too. 40 pixel means it is too big. Font family Sigo UI and font size is 20 pixel. Font weight is completely bold. So I got everything. And open in default browser, we will be getting full stack web development and full stack web development for different kind of fonts.
This conference will now be recorded.